I was in a pub the other day, unusually, and got chatting to this chap, and somehow the subject of sailing hydrofoils came up, and I mentioned that back in the mid '80s, I designed and was messing around down in South Devon with a inverted T hydrofoil system, and I could see this guy just not believing any of it. So I thought, I'll see if I can find them. So I've just dug these out the barn, and just for him and anybody else who is interested, I thought I'd just show you what I was up to back all those years ago. So I made this. This is one of the last iterations of probably 3 or 4 different versions. This was fitted to basically like an aluminium frame with some flotation on it, and I'll get the other one. And at a certain speed was designed to pop out of the water. This was a surface sensing kind of ski, and it controlled the angle of the foils. Of course, this is back in the 80s, and it's been sitting in the barn full of salt water, so none of it works at the moment, but there was basically 2 controls. One of them changed the relationship between the ski angle and the foil angle, so basically it was a depth control. The other one was, I think I used it for spring tension, so you could adjust the spring force, keeping the ski down on the surface of the water, so you could adjust it for like different levels of choppiness. The first one I built was just a welded aluminium kind of thing, and it just had a activating elevator on the back. But it soon became obvious that this the forces, the moment forces on the elevator, quickly overrode the forces on here. So this second one was designed with the center of pressure, or rather it was an all-flying tailplane with the axis on the center of pressure. First of all, I tried bronze bushes, but there was clearly some side forces, and that they stopped moving with friction. So the second one was with stainless roller bearings, and they worked very well. So we had this frame sailing a number of times. Because we just had some kind of polystyrene stuck to the bottom, it wasn't slick enough to get out on its own. So my friend with a motorboat would pull us out the water, and then we would release. It was rather like a glider launch. Once this thing was up and moving, it would sustain, and we were just using a windsurfer sail. So this whole thing wasn't very large. It was arranged in like a triangle configuration, the same as like a trike. So 2 foils at the back and 1 at the front, controlled or steered with your feet. I made molds, fiberglass molds for all of these things, and so these things are more or less solid. Many layers of drop strand probably, and then filled with resin. Didn't have any problem. One side is fixed to the steel bar, the other side is like a locking screw there, so it could be disassembled. We did get some problems when there was a large side force, of course, which there always is when you're sailing. We were getting initially some problems with ventilation, which is why you see this fence thing, I suppose, to stop the stop the water, sorry, stop the air getting down, and it got all the way down and would settle on the top of the foil and destroy the lift. So we fitted this thing. The tape was just a guideline. When you started seeing that getting near the surface, you could adjust like the flying height down. I had it on a system a little bit like a helicopter collective lever, but with a little sort of left-right thing, so you could adjust the depth of the foils individually, but they were controlled overall by one like brake lever helicopter collective. Anyway, other projects got in the way, and we never did any more of that, and I moved out of Devon, so these things have been stuck doing nothing for a long time. Okay, thanks for that.